Welcome back to Class Culture. How are you doing this Sunday? Yes, it's a bit late, but I'm right on time. I am 11 p.m. my time, and a good word is a good word no matter when, where, or why. Okay. So, yes, we are recording this. Thank you, Hearts of Gold, for being patient. Shout out to the replay crews. Welcome, new, I'll say, Hearts of Gold, because you're more than just subscribers. You're a Heart of Gold, and I appreciate you and your subscription. So thank you. Welcome back to Class Culture. We are going to talk about Matthew 7:15 through 20, and it's about fake and false prophets. And this is only it's only my second word. It's not Bible-y, it's not thumpy, it's not religiously. I look at the Bible as just a book of tales, moral, what do they say? What do they call? I'm tired, child. Morality tales. That's the word. And it's geographical. Is that a word? Okay. It's about real people. And what had happened was, the first, the first 5 books are the Torah, and then after that is the New Testament. So it is what it is. However you want to look at it, whatever religion, I can have this conversation with anyone here over in Class Culture. Okay? Because a lot of people on here do follow a religion and are spiritual. And I just found it lacking. And I am not a qualified preacher, but I did, or qualified in the sense that, I'm certified. But I understand theology. I've studied it. We don't all have to be sheep and followers of anything. We can say, I understand it to this point, and I can talk about it because I can. And that's what I want for Class Culture. I don't want you to go somewhere else in a different sector and not think that you can find it here in the beef sector, the arts and crafts sector, let's just call it the interview sector. I don't know. And don't think that your content creators can't talk about this, because we can. So I just find it lacking that nobody is really talking about certain scriptures. If they are, I'm sorry. Let me know in the comment section who they are, and I'll retract that. But sorry, not sorry. Not in the way I do it. You don't even have to be a Christian. You can listen to this. And just because it has to do with the Bible and you see a verse, don't fly away and go, oh, no, I don't do Jesus, or I don't like the Bible, or I'm not religious, or I'm an atheist. So you can still listen and get a word from it. Gain knowledge. Take your time. I speak plainly and slowly. Regular English. Okay, I'm not here to trick or fool anybody. And down below in the description box, I give proof of what I'm talking about. Receipts. Okay, so I don't really have any visuals to show you, but we will, I don't know why all this stuff is popping up now, talk about spiritual abuse. See, you didn't know I was going to take that turn. You're like, ooh, drama. And fake pastor. That's what I put in the Googles. And then we have 3 links to web. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 webbies. WebMD, Dr. Carol Ministries, and Blue Letter Bible. Every show, I don't know how long I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it till I die. Every Sunday, I'm going to come up and talk about something, because I am a spiritual being, and I think it's important. And I meet people all the time. They're shocked that I don't, quotey fingers in there, follow a traditional religion, but they're pleased that I'm spiritual and they understand me. And that's how it should be. I'm not here to gather you or make you convert or try to say you're right or wrong. If you want to be Wicca, be Wicca. And I have zero feelings about it. I have lots of family and friends who do other let's say, choices as far as their spirituality. Okay, and it is what it is. See, I got my bag right underneath here. It is what it is. Okay, it's my bag and my box of things on my chair, because tomorrow I finally get to do a haul. Yay! Shout out to the future, but here in the present, it is Sunday, June 6th still, and I finally get to do a haul tomorrow. Yeah, because I'm tired of looking at the box. I got to undo it and put everything where it belongs tomorrow. Let's get to the show. Okay, so welcome back to Class Culture. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I'm going to take that down because it's a very, very long banner, but that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so let's go straight to this. Now, people are, you know, you might have heard of this, but people are often, I don't know why people don't do their own research. They feel helpless, and I don't know why and how. Don't you love that in the background there? It's fluid. You know, the word is fluid. It might mean something different to you, and it will definitely mean something different from me, but it's nice when you say, yeah, that's what I thought too. But then it's still fluid. You might be going through a death now. I did 4 or 5 years ago of someone close. You know, people pass all the time. So I might not be feeling that hard grief like you're feeling it. So it's fluid. So when I saw that gift, I went, oh, that's perfect. I'm going to keep that forever. Sorry, I didn't have it for my first show. So when I put in spiritual abuse, so many good things come up, even though it's a difficult subject. Okay. Religious abuse. Okay. Spiritual abuse includes psychological abuse and emotional abuse. People might think, oh, that's horrible. You know, people think everything related to God, pastors and preachers and churchgoers are good and holy. No, it's not. It is what it is. Unfortunately, a lot of people, especially because of the COVID, are now finding themselves going back to services. But a lot of people, are finding it hard to go back, not because of a pandemic, but because of the falsehoods, the false prophets, the fake people, the drama, the hatred, the lies, the evil. I mean, we can keep going, right? And the spiritual abuse. A lot of times people are abused by someone who is quoting an air religious or believes in God or lies to their face and they're a pastor or a preacher. Baby, there are all kind of people on the YouTube right now fighting each other and lying about, you know, being this and that. I'm not trying to go off into that lane right now. So I'm trying to focus. Let me finish reading. Spiritual abuse includes psychological abuse and emotional abuse, physical abuse, including physical injury and deprivation of sustenance, sexual abuse, any act, any deed, or any act by deeds or words that shame or diminish the dignity of a person. And I would also put the word harm. Okay. Now over here, I'm going to read. Okay. Religious abuse is abuse administered under the guise of religion, including harassment. Oh, yeah. I had to go cuss out a Catholic priest once. Oh, yes. In the mountains of the Mammoth of the California, because he pissed me off on the phone on an Easter Sunday one day. And I thought everybody thought I was crazy. But the next day, everybody patted me on my back and said, oh, that was needed. Well, you guys should cuss him out too. He's horrible. Okay. Yeah, it was crazy. Anyway. Yeah, including harassment or humiliation, which may result in psychological trauma. Religious abuse may also include misuse. So a lot of them are con people. Don't throw away the Catholic Church because one idiot needed to get cussed out by Gigi Darling on Easter morning. Oh, yes. That should be a story time, shouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're evil people. He needed to get put out of his misery. And I was the one. Oh, yes. God chooses me for a reason. Whether you believe it or not, I might be totally insane. But guess what? That felt good. Mm-mm. Religious abuse may also include misuse of religion for selfish, secular, or ideological ends, such as the abuse of a clerical position. Yeah! Fire that mofo. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, a whole community was waiting for an quotey fingers in there outsider to cuss his ass out. Okay, I'll do it. It's ridiculous. Okay, so when you go down, you find all good stuff. There's a hotline. Okay. Here it says, if it's discussed at all, most examples of spiritual abuse refer to a church elder or faith leader inflicting abuse on congregation members. So there's a hotline there. I don't know what this is in my mouth. Feel like, you know how food gets in there. Okay, it's gone. Now, when you look at the images, you see all kinds of stuff. We don't have to go through all of that. But when you look at news, okay, 4 days ago, he was my identity, how emotional spiritual abuse creates lasting trauma. The reason why I'm sharing this now, and that's why I made the opening statement, is I don't know why people feel like they're at their wits' end or there's nowhere to go. Nobody understands. Stop. You're just saying you're lazy and you don't know how to type in spiritual abuse and hit the word news or all, get a hotline, and then you move on to news and find out, oh yeah, I'm not the only one. So yeah, I don't do, you guys, the I'll listen to you, but then I'm gonna say, now what are you gonna do? And they're gonna, well, what do you mean I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send you the link to this video and you're gonna do what you got to do to survive it, to get past it, to move on, and to get better. So here you can find, look, a day ago in the Washington Post, newly leaked letter. You can get some juice. Okay. Detailed allegations that Southern Baptist leaders mishandled sex abuse claims, you know, sex sells. Get your read on. Pride Month protest of anti-gay speaker at Calvary Chapel leads to curbside debates. You don't need CNN. This is juicy. I can do this all day. This is juicy. 3 weeks ago, Charles, charges filed after mummy, a whole mummy of a spiritual leader was found in a home. Child, there's a lot going on. Okay. A German cardinal offered to resign, citing catastrophe of sexual abuse. There's a lot going on. Okay, yeah, I need to stop there because, yeah, well, this video can last forever. So it's out there. Yes, we'll get to the verse, the book and the verse and all of that, but it's out there. So just know that you're not by yourself. Keep it to yourself if you can't handle outside scrutiny or if you don't want anybody knowing what's happening. Fight the struggle and conquer it yourself. Then after you've conquered it, share it with your loved ones. Because sometimes they don't know what to do with you. You know. And they might come across as not there. Or they might not say the right thing. Or you won't hear what you want to hear. Do you know what I mean? And it's not their fault you went through it. It happened to you. They're very sorry. I'm very sorry. But what are you going to do about it? Pick yourself up. You know, I've never seen a big old human fall down on the ground and stay there. And they're still crawling there 10 years later in the dirt. No, you literally, that was metaphorical. You literally get up and what? You keep walking. You go forward. You wash off and you get on. You're not in the fall for the rest of your life. You're not on the ground. I'm not going to sing it because, you know, I'm almost, we fall down. Okay, I'm not going to sing it because I got to be on the right key and all that. Okay. Donnie McClurk. Yeah, I ain't going to sing it. Okay. But you can get back up, and it's okay. Why? Because you're a human. You're on planet Earth with a bunch of people who didn't and fell down and got back up. You'll be just fine. Now, I put in a fake pastor because sometimes, I won't say sometimes, a lot of times, people go to people that they feel are leaders. Yes, I know that fan sound is back. There's nothing I can do. It's my laptop probably needs a break. That's what it's saying. I'll probably shut it down tonight. I tried to get rid of it, you guys. I can't. It is what it is. Okay. All right. So, fake pastor. I think I'm loud enough where you can hear me over it. How to identify a fake pastor. So, we're going to look at a couple of websites. Which TV preachers are frauds. You know, everybody has their reason why they like to watch these people. A lot of it is entertaining and funny, and you want to see what's happening next. But I'd never give my money to anybody on television because that ain't in the Bible. Some people are really good motivational speakers, and they're very successful. Is the word pastor in the Bible? Yes, it refers to an elder, you know. You could, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff you can get here, but I am not going to hang around here too much. But, you know, if I scroll all the way down, you'll see, you know, then they'll start talking about TV evangelists and all of that good stuff. Okay. So let's look at some images and then we'll get on with it. And then you see all types of weird things. I'm sorry, I have to giggle because a lot of it is funny as hell. Look at where his hand is on her for JJ. I don't have time. Okay. And then they talk about fake pastor. Oh, watch out. And then here's somebody in a casket. See, I don't have time for this fakery. I will be in the audience laughing my ass off. And unfortunately, they're surrounded by who? Mobs of cuckoo crazy people who will probably physically hurt you. And if you're not lying and stealing and conniving like they are, you could maybe face some harm. So just kind of stay away from that. There's a problem going around in Africa. And I ain't even got time, y'all. Forget the United States, cha. But yeah, there's a lot of nonsense going on. Oh yeah, of course, this picture comes up. But yeah, I can't. The Bible has nothing to do with these people, so I don't even know why people would fall a prey to any of that. Not a whole adult. I can't. Child, please. I can't even deal. Okay. So yeah, we can poke fun and have a little kiki, a gag and a drag, but honestly, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I don't get how adults could fall for that. They do. They would make sure to keep Gigi Darling way far away from the dummies because I would pop them in 542. Right? So let's look at the Blue Letter Bible, then Dr. Carol, then WebMD. I like giving the message and moving on. I'm not going to sit here and try to convince anybody. I give it to you so you can go forward and I don't know. Do you know anybody that's fallen victim to that? I don't. And you know, you've been around me long enough, welcome new Hearts of Gold, to know I would never. We would be in the audience cracking up. Like, get the F out of here. No. Would never happen. Now, can you see that? You don't need to see me. So here, let me take this away. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of what's in the Bible. That's why I say it's a list. It's a guide. You don't even have to convert anybody. Just give it to someone who wants to read it. You can be a Taoist or anything else. Taoist, if you want to pronounce it that way. And still get good vibes and feelings from it. That's why I'll never throw the Bible away, but I don't have to be a Christian or a Catholic to enjoy it either, or Jewish for that matter, because it's interesting to me. And I do like when I read, there's scriptures in the Bible you'll never see that I read that have to do about just the land and the people and what was going on. It's very interesting. So the Blue Letter Bible is a .org. Okay, and at the top they have study devotionals. Can you see that when I pull that over? I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can, because it goes away when I go away. Help, products, ministries, about, and you can donate if you feel so. You choose to, feel so inclined. So let's talk about it. It's a lot, but I like it. Okay. They're talking about cookies. Go away. Give me a second. Let me do this. That way I won't get that message no more. Okay, so let's get on with getting on. All right, Matthew 7:15 says, beware of false prophets. Well, of course, those were false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Okay? Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs, or thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is sown down, or hewn down, cut down, and cast into the fire, used as firewood. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. Just look and see what they produce. I mean, I get it. That's how I knock it down, child. Recently, I had a friend that I'll say had a dilemma, and I gave a scripture just so they could think about it. And they said, just by me reading that, and I read it word by word, and I took my time, they still couldn't understand it. Well, guess what? That's okay too. Some people can't get. They'll say, "Well, what does that mean? I don't understand it." I think that's a lot of times. That's why a lot of people, they don't like religion, because they don't understand that it was written way, way, way long time ago. Well, that's just dialect. That has nothing to do, or it doesn't take away from the message. Stop trying to convolute the message. Stop trying to give me that as a reason not to understand what they're saying and to explain why you're doing what you're doing. We all know we all know when we say somebody is fake. We all know when somebody is lying. We all know when somebody is cheating. We all know we all know it's bad. Those pictures I showed you as far as sexual abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. We all know what that means. When you say somebody hit me and left a mark, that's physical abuse. Now, if somebody turns around and says, what is physical abuse? Don't waste your time. They already exposed them. Let people expose themselves. A tree or fruit. Number one, you wouldn't eat. Give somebody a piece of rotten fruit and say, eat it. They're not going for it. Man, as in human beings, are sometimes harder to read. But as you get older and wiser, you realize, I know exactly what you're up to. And they won't come into my kingdom or queendom, however you want to put it, because they already know that I already know. Get to the point in your life where you already know. Okay. And I like the Blue Letter Bible because you could put in any verse. Okay, and here, King James Version. There's a lots of, I'm not going to convolute it, you guys. You can come in here and see what you want to see. It might seem like a lot, but it's very easy to navigate. You can go down, okay, King James Version, okay. And then if you want to hit this button here, oops, okay, there's Jesus cleans a leper. Okay, let's hit it again. A paralyzed person is healed. And then let's hit it one more time. The 12 disciples, instructions for service. Okay, then if you go back, Matthew 8, 7, judging others. Oh, let me go back there. It should go back to mine, shouldn't it? Why didn't it go back to mine? No, I'm putting it in there. See, that's why I've taken my time. 7:15. Okay, here we're back to me. Yeah, just be calm. Who knows why it didn't go back? Okay. If you go all the way down, you can keep reading. Okay. You can keep going. Sorry, I'm looking for one thing. Let me see. Sorry. Did I screw it up? Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. Okay. So I stopped at 20 is what I'm saying. 2 foundations. Okay. The rain descended and the floods came and the winds blew and beat up that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. Okay. See, the rain descended and the floods came, and oh, did I read that the same, or does it sound the same? And the floods came and the winds blew and beat up that house, and it fell not, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. Interesting. And everyone that heareth the saying of mine and doth, I'm confused. I don't know. I just confused myself, child. I'm just going to read it. Let's do it together. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, I'm on the 7:24. Okay. And does them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, this is 25, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. Now 26. And everyone that heareth this saying of mine, and doth them not, okay, if you don't do them, you shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his rock upon sand instead of the rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And then it came to pass, when Jesus had ended this saying, the people were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them that as one having authority, and not as the scribes. So he's telling you what's going to happen. So don't make the mistake in the first place. Okay. Sorry, I had my glasses on, child, but I was just jumping. Don't eat, let's say, bad fruit, number 1, if you know that's what they produce. And number 2, don't build anything, forget a house, anything that isn't solid as a rock. Why? Because it's false. It's fake. I like Matthew, and I'm going to stop sharing here, because he backs up the example. Just so you can stand there and go, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, who would build a house on sand? Especially on the waterfront, it moves, ebb and flow, ebb and flow. The tide comes in, it moves. Even the hills, every once in a while in California, they'll have a bad storm, unfortunately. And even we call it PCH, Pacific Pacific Coast Highway. Every once in a while, there's a piece that just falls away, child. It's sandy. It's dune. It's not stable. Don't do it. You know what a false prophet is. You know what it gives. You know they're lying. You know they're full of it. Okay? Just don't do it. And then don't get mad when somebody comes back and says, well, somebody wrote it 2,000 years ago. What are you doing? Why are you shocked? Okay, so let's go to the next one. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, let me get the right one because I have several windows open here. Recovering from spiritual abuse. Now this, I get it to the point where after something, and I'm going to come back on here. After something does happen to you, okay. We're here, we're together, we've hugged, I've let you get it all out, mourn, you feel better. Deep breaths, be brave, even if you have remorse, guilt, sadness, crying spouts, go to the bathroom if you're at work, cry it out, whatever, cry in the shower. You still got to get up, remember, off that ground and go forward. I'm here for you. We know that bad thing happened to you. We know we talked about it. It's in the Bible, fake and falsehoods. What do we do next? Okay. Now, we click on websites like this. Dr. Carol Ministries, recovering from spiritual abuse. Yeah, and it's okay to cry. Crying is not weak. Get it all out. Ooh. Woo, you're alive, you're safe, you escaped, and all that other stuff. When you've been harmed in the name of God, the path to wholeness is long and slow. And during that, you can still do fun things at the same time, FYI. Okay? All right. Last time we talked about how your perception of God is damaged. Last time we talked about how your perception of God is damaged when God talk is mixed up with abuse. Even if your head believes he is good, your heart experiences him as the enemy. Sometimes people get mad at God and don't understand why something had happened to him. Well, remember, he didn't do it. Okay? But recovering from spiritual abuse is possible. So this is a great website. Uncover lies, tell your story, connect with the right people, connect with God, never let go. Patience and perseverance, persistence as well. Time is on your side. Here they say, get the course. I would say, stay on the course. I would say that. Now I went really, really fast. At the top, there's about, podcast, blog, relationships, coaching. And if you want to contact this person, you can. You don't have to. How to celebrate your transformation before you're done. How to build safety in your marriage. Help someone find transformation. She talks about intimacy, uncovering the heart of a Christian woman. I feel safe when I'm talking about a woman, talking to a woman. That's just a Gigi thing. And there's lots of tags over here. So this is a good place too to come to. Because I find a lot of people come on YouTube, and this link is below, for this. And don't do it. Don't do it. It's a misstep. Don't do it. But you can come here for good times at the same time you're going through something. It's not either or. You can do two at the same time. Just manage it. A lot of people don't have coping or managing skills. They just don't. But if you guide them, they'll be okay. They're a whole adult. Let them walk. Remember when your kid was 5 and went to first grade And you let them walk in that school on your own. Bye. I won't see you for 4 hours. You are out of my sight. Yeah, you have to get to the point where you're out of even someone who does, unfortunately, enable you. Sometimes you gotta, even though they're still there, or they trying to stop you from saying what you want to say, or don't say it, don't do it. It's like, girl, let them go. They're a whole separate human being. Let them say what they want to say. What is your problem? You're insane. Then they get mad at me. I don't care. But the other person's thinking like, yeah, they are holding you back. Yeah, they're holding you back. Do not let the enabler come in. They can only do that a certain amount of time. You can only recover on your own. Okay? You don't need somebody there all the time. If they ain't standing there in that shower with you, they cannot be there during this journey. Okay, they didn't come here on earth with you either. So look at it like that. It is impossible to grow. You cannot have an enabler and grow at the same time. They can be there when you want to watch movies and cry about it. Okay? Spiritual abuse. Signs of spiritual abuse. Would it go away? I think I open these up like hours ahead of time and I still get those messages. It drives me out. Signs of spiritual abuse. And I see it all the time, but I couldn't even get to the person hearts ago to give them this topic. Let them wander over here on their own. I don't even care. You're a whole grown woman. You don't need nobody. And don't be like, well, what does it say? Did you read it? Well, tell me what it said. Get out of here. Don't let people like that fake you. Look at them like, what? You didn't read it? And you want me to think you're better than me? Or you're accomplished, or you're smart? Nope. If you can't read something on your own and you're over the age of 18, I am not impressed. WebMD is good for everything. I would really hope you already knew about this, but if you didn't, welcome. Health, drugs, if you get, yeah, I almost did something, but I ain't gonna do it. If you want to find out what a drug is, put it in there. And it'll tell you a narcotic, whatever. Living healthy, pregnancy, family, news, experts. Yeah, put that in your lexicon. Talk to an expert. Okay. Signs of spiritual abuse. Okay. So I'm going to, and here they talk about what is it, types, signs, dealing, support, resources. Child, elder, domestic, types. Okay. You may have experienced religious or spiritual abuse if a religious leader has used scripture or belief to humiliate or embarrass you. I've seen people do it from the pulpit. It's not cool. Don't let them get away with it. Put it in the suggestion box. Tell them, don't do that again or I'll pop you. Yeah, you should never leave a service or anything organized legally and taking money and they're trying to humiliate or embarrass you. That's red flag number 1, child. Okay, let me do this. Yeah, I'll do it like this. 2, coerce you into giving money or other resources that you didn't want to give. I'll go up in their face and say, I'm not giving you anything. And see how they act. Yeah. Force you to be intimate or have sex. It has absolutely nothing to do with abuse. Or no, listen to me, child. That was the devil. Has nothing to do with religion. Has everything to do with abuse. I'm not even going to waste my time explaining that. You know that's disgusting. He would come next Sunday with a black eye, and I would stand up in front of the congregation and say, I gave it to him. Now what? Okay. Or her. I'm not being sexist. Women can be pastors too. Made you feel pressured or obligated to do anything against your will. Ain't nothing in that Bible say nothing about half the things that happen, and I will never get it. And I don't care. If you allow yourself to be humiliated, embarrassed, abused, given money, opened your legs or exposed your penis, or felt or ooh, I'm scared, I'm not going to drop down in somebody's chat, or I'm not going to say nothing, or I can't go over there because you're this, you have been spiritually and mentally abused, and I ain't going. Okay. These tactics are found both in large, well-organized faith organizations, oh yes, and in what? Cults. Oops. Ja. Cults. Often leaders of pseudo-religious groups will use spirituality as a way to exert control over their followers. This can be serious, and you can report it as well. This can have serious consequences for adults and children. Spiritual abuse at home. Spiritual abuse doesn't have to be perceived or perpetrated, by a religious leader. It can also be a facet of domestic abuse. So yeah, control, right? Violence, domestic violence. I'd say just violence, and violence on the street. Somebody cursing you out on the street. That's violence. Doesn't have to be in nobody's house. Is much more physical. It's much more than physical violence, hitting, kicking, or slapping. Okay, let me read that again. Domestic violence is much more than physical violence. Hitting. I don't know why that doesn't hit right for me. Domestic violence is much more than physical violence. Hitting, kicking, and slapping. That's a weird sentence. It also has many psychological and emotional elements that can cause a great deal of harm or distress. So when you're meeting somebody here on the YouTubes, just know that this can be going on, and why they're reaching out or striking out, or they're not happy, or they feel like they don't have enough money to leave the situation because they can't afford rent. They really don't have anywhere to go. They might be embarrassed. They're scared to leave that house because they know they'll be in an apartment or whatever. They don't want to give in to the other person they know they're sleeping with. I don't know, child. An abusive partner who is using spiritual abuse might, okay, shame, make fun of, ridicule their religious beliefs or practices, prevent them from practicing their religion in the way they want to. I say come home and say you a voodoo priestess. That'll run them away. Okay, anyway. Use your beliefs to manipulate or bully you. Demand that your children be raised with or within a certain religion. Use religious texts and or beliefs to justify other kinds of abuse. I mean, it goes on and on and on, and it makes me angry because I don't roll like that, child. There are signs, behaviors, decision-making choices, coping, financing. I mean, on and on and on. Great article. It's down below for you. Okay. I don't know why people allow other people to cause them harm. It's so much fun to be a human and to live on planet Earth, and I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time for nobody trying to make me feel bad about myself. I don't have time for fake or false. I'm too busy doing other things. Yes, I made it. Ooh, it's midnight. But I wish I would. Not when I have so many other fun things going on in life. Not when I have so many things that I have to do for class culture. I wish I would let somebody get in my lane or make me stop doing what I'm doing, or House of Gold make me think that I don't have anything to offer or I'm not going nowhere. I wish I would, because I ain't, because we won't. Okay. So thank you very much for another episode of A Word. Yes, we're going to start doing Queen Charming because yay, June 15th is coming in San Francisco. All the restaurants are opening up. If you're new here, please subscribe, join, like, and share. Please and thank you. Hit those reminder buttons. Stay on track with us because I see a change. breathe, meditate, you know, stay in flux, stay you. Don't be scared of nobody. Keep doing you. I hope you are enjoying the African proverb that I made. It was just the first one. It's only 4 weeks in June. Juneteenth is coming. June is a great month. It's summer. Season is going to start. Did I put, I think I did a solstice video. No, you don't see it yet. Yeah, they only let you put so many videos up. You might see it tomorrow. But just hit all the reminder buttons. I got the Juneteenth is up. African Proverbs is up. I'm going to try to celebrate June birthdays in the middle of the month. I don't like it landing at the end of the month. I'm just going to make myself do it. But yeah, it'll come up. We are definitely going to celebrate our African culture. I don't do politics. I don't do celebrity. I don't do like sex talk or anything like that. It's not my, I like to keep those things private, but they may come up, you know, in the future in different ways. Subject matters. That's what I'll do. I'll pick a subject matter and I'll hit it, but it'll still be involved like in the word, because that involves everything spiritual. It has to do with you. Make a choice. Who's going to do good by me? Who's making a law that, let's say, you know, some people think the Bible is law, right? The Holy Scripture. Who's going to do something for me to look out for me and I don't even know them? You're voting for people you don't even know. I love when people say, you don't even know me. Well, that don't work. That's not the point. You can't know everybody on planet Earth. You know, we can only grasp what we believe and what we see. And that's why I wanted to hit this subject. Is it fake? Is it false? Well, don't go. Like y'all love to say, I ain't going. Well, I see a lot of y'all going. I'm trying not to curse during these videos, especially if I'm talking about the Bible. I see a lot of y'all going. Let me take a deep breath. With fake and false on the YouTube streets. I see a lot of y'all going with a lot of nonsense and foolery. And it don't make no sense, does it, HUGz? We ain't going. Thank you, Class Culture, for another episode and for your time and attention and for your feedback. I appreciate you, boo. Now, I am going to say goodnight because I'm rambling now. And I feel good. I did not take any medicine. I'm just going to, I set my alarm clock. I don't know what had happened, you guys, this morning. I didn't hear it at all because I could have easily recorded this during the day. And baby, I didn't hear anything. So I'm going to try to do that. I don't have to work till the afternoon. I'm going to try to do that again. Because do you do this? You set the alarm and you wake up 10 minutes before. So I'm going to try to do that again and see what happens. I'm not going to be late for work or anything. But I do feel better. I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. My head is totally clear. And that feels great. So yeah, I don't never fall for the fake, phony. I don't care how sick I am. I don't care how delayed I am. I don't care if it takes me a week to understand what had happened. Even when I come into something and I say, well, what's going on? And somebody explain it to me, I get to sit back and go, oh, okay. I can see how somebody's moving. Stop being fake and phony, talking about you don't like people that are fake and phony. How about that? Okay. Anyway, thank you, Hearts of Gold. I appreciate you. Until next time. Bye.
Won't you call me when you get this? Yeah. 도도한 두 눈에 매력적인 입술 네가 내게 말을 higher. Girl, what's your desire? 내 심장은 paradise. You're beautiful, girl, can't you see? 다들 너를 질투해. 걱정 마, girl, can't you see? 내 눈엔 늘 완벽해.